Hello, my name is Jessica. I'm a Purdue Extension Master Gardener, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to take care of your seedlings. If you used a humidity dome when you planted your seeds, you want to remove that once the seeds have germinated. Once the seeds have germinated, you want to start bottom watering. You do this by removing the upper tray, adding a few inches of water to the bottom tray, and then adding the upper tray back in. You want to allow the seed starting mix to dry out a little bit between waterings, and doing this along with bottom watering really helps promote strong root growth, and it helps prevent a lot of fungal issues that are caused from overwatering. Seedlings will need light, so you can place them in front of a sunny south-facing window. You can use grow lights. If you are using grow lights, make sure you position those lights about 3 to 4 inches above the seedlings. You can also place your seed trays outside in the sun during the day and then bring them back in at night. Normally, we just want one seedling per seed cell. So if you planted multiple seeds and multiple germinated, then you want to pick the strongest seedling and clip the other ones off with a small pair of snippers right at the base. If you started your seedlings in smaller cells, you may need to pot up your seedlings into larger containers before they're ready to go out in the garden. A few things you can look for that will tell you that your seedlings may need to be potted up or transplanted to a bigger container is stunted growth. If it seems like your seedlings have really stopped growing, or if you notice that you're having to water them constantly, this means the roots have really filled out that entire seed cell and are drawing up a lot of water really quickly, or if you notice a lot of roots growing out the bottom of those seed cells. The size of container you need to pot them up in really just depends on what you're planting. If it's a plant that stays smaller, say lettuce, usually a 2 to 3 inch seed cell is big enough for them to hang out in until they're ready to be planted. But if it's a larger, fast-growing plant like nasturtiums or tomatoes, you may want to choose a larger container. Your seedlings will need to be fertilized, but they're young plants and they can get burned really easily from full-strength fertilizer. So I like to use a liquid fertilizer and dilute it down to half strength, and then I just add it in when I'm bottom watering my seedlings. Your seedlings will need good air circulation. You can actually add a very gentle fan to blow on the seedlings, and this will sort of mimic the wind that they'll receive outside. The air circulation also helps the soil to dry out a little bit. Now let's talk about a few common issues you might have with your seedlings. The first is that the seedlings look very stretched or weak looking. They may even be flopping over. We call this leggy. This usually happens when the seedlings aren't getting enough light. For some plants, a sunny window has enough light, things like salad greens or herbs, but other plants will need stronger light. So you may want to consider using grow lights or placing your seedlings in the sun during the day. Another common issue is dampening off. This is a fungal disease. The seeds will usually sprout and the seedlings will start to grow, but then they'll get very stunted and often die back. There's a few things that can cause dampening off, but one of the most common reasons is overwatering of your seedlings, which is why bottom watering, good air circulation, and letting the mix dry out a little bit between waterings is really important. And last, there's a few issues that may cause your seedlings to have stunted growth or to stop growing altogether. It could be your seedlings need to be transplanted to a larger container. It could be that you're over or under watering the seedlings. It could also be a nutrient issue. If you notice that the seedlings are turning a purple or even a pale color, then you may need to fertilize them.